Sup YouTube. Okay, we've got my third game here against Aristogan in our match. Aristogan won the first one, I took the second one. Obviously here using my Reptile Rabbit, and he's playing, shit, what was he even playing? His monster milling light swarmy thing. Right, anyhow, let's get this going. So he starts immediately with a solar recharge, chucking a Jane to the grave and milling Duel, however you say it, and Effect Failure. So good mill there for him. He's got 3 monsters in the grave. Looking at my hand, I've obviously got the standard normal monster and a Nanta. He gets to go off with Lumina. Getting rid of Trag's probably quite nice for me. That's one big monster I don't have to deal with. But he gets to mill like hell, which is the whole objective of his deck. And let's see what he mills now. He's got the Eren, Heavy, and now that's a game-changing moment. I've got the freedom to set as many spells and traps as I want. It's almost worth in a deck such as his not to even run Heavy, so that you never mill it, and your opponent thinks it's in the deck the whole time. Terrible logic, really, actually, because Heavy's so good. But yeah, so he's got off a big mill, and yeah, and I comment that I've seen his Veilers in his grave, which is nice for me. And I attack over Jane there rather than Lumina, because Lumina can't get over Gaga Gigo. And this turn, when he tries to use Lumina's effect, I've got the Solemn Warning to use once he's paid the cost. So I take out 2 of his cards for 1. And there he gets rid of his second Tragodia, which is also very nice for me. And yeah, Solemn Warning is a bitch to him. Sorry, Aristogan. But yeah. He now has the freedom to bring out any bossy monsters. There, I'm glad I did that, but I actually kind of intended to Fiendish Chain his Card Trooper and save the Solemn Warning for something like a Judgment Dragon. But it doesn't matter, because I get to just, provided he hasn't got an MST, just stop his Judgment Dragon in its tracks. So yeah, and here, provided he doesn't MST or Heavy, I'm okay. He brings out the big man Cephalon himself, dropping a 4000 beta piece of pie, and obviously he got through all my back cards just using monsters this turn. So he's probably feeling quite good. Bottomless Trap Hole's good. I'm happy about that. Here I'm going to be forced to... Actually, I'm probably considering what I could Monster Reborn. Probably tempted to get his Card Trooper to see if I could boost up Ananta's attack, but really it doesn't matter. And yeah, I'm just using Ananta to pop Cephalon. There's no point popping the Judgment Dragon yet. Again, if he draws MST, I'm screwed. Actually, it's one of the reasons I set the Monster Reborn there, because I'm trying to keep that alive. But no, that's terrible logic, because he could just pop the Fiendish Chain and then paid for the cost. Yeah. Oh, I accidentally played Forbidden Lance when I meant to play Monster Reborn. Eren here is going to ruin him, as we discussed this afterwards, and actually Eren bounces back a Necro Gardener here, and Eren's going to start milling for me, which is nice, and Ananta gets to pop the Judgment Dragon, which is equally nice. I'm now looking very healthy indeed. Bottomless will deal with any of his boss monsters, say Blackluster, that he wants to bring out. There, I'm quite lucky to top deck into Sangan, because it means Ananta can actually pop the Sangan. Bit of a miss out with life points. And he gets out Gauze, which is good for him. And now I know actually Ananta can save her pop for the big Gauze man rather than Sangan. Although equally going for Sangan wouldn't be that bad. Really, yeah. Although I think I just milled. I don't think Rabbit's live anymore because of what's in my grave. We'll see. We'll see. So he's got a token at 16. And he has a choice of attacking over Sangan, putting it in defense, attacking Ananta. Yeah, so here I'm going to bounce back his face down. I gather another Necro Gardener. This is what happens if you run 3 Necro Gardeners, I guess. And yeah, in the end phase I can pop his token with Ananta. The usual end phase shenanigans, including the mill. And I wonder if I mill Pot of Avarice. Probably have by now. No. So I could always... Oh, I don't run Pot of Avarice in this. Yeah. Yeah, Bottomless gets rid of Jane. He's getting nothing through. I draw into another Bottomless, so again he's not going to be able to summon next turn. I might as well go for the whole lot of damage, really. And I know Gauze is gone, so I guess it doesn't really matter what order I attack. In fact, both Tragodias are gone as well. Yeah, Ananta can pop Sangan. And I can add either a dead Rescue Rabbit or a Tour Guide or a Naga. And Naga's going to be pointless, so I'll go for the Tour Guide. And I mill. And yeah. Don't mill my second Tour Guide, which is nice. And unless he's drawn... Actually, he'd need some seriousness to get through this. And yeah, he gives the GG there. A good game. We're joking about how his Aaron was the reason he lost that. Another Necro Gardener. It might have been worth back every time he set the Necro Gardener to have just normal summon him in attack. He would have lost more life points, but perhaps saved his life points in the long run because he could have used Necro Gardener's effect, and he would have got to thin his deck out rather than having it thrown back. But yeah, cheers for watching, and this has been my match against Aristogan. I won 2-1 in the end, and it was a pleasure. I'll catch you guys shortly.